Welcome to Metaverse Networks Media's Business and Economics Forum. For the interest of our readers and our subscribers, can you please tell us your details, your name, and your portfolio within the company?
Yeah. So my name is Hans Modipane. I'm part of the executive team at SA Cargo Services, and I specifically look after the logistics and the sales and marketing divisions.
SA Cargo is maintaining a store here at the Africa Maritime Investment in Durban. Tell us more about the presence of SA Cargo Services. What is your company about?
Yeah, so first of all, we are quite excited to be part of the inaugural Africa Maritime Investment in Durban.
Yeah.
I think it's important that we really ensure that Africa unites when it comes to the maritime sector, because it's a sector that is really full of potential. Specifically, SA Cargo is a total logistics company. We facilitate movement of cargo. So end-to-end logistics is really our game. We pride ourselves in being an exceptional provider of cargo handling solutions. So when we talk your pit to port, from source to destination, reverse logistics, this is basically our business. Our core business is really integrated total logistics.
Your role in the freight and logistics market, especially at one of Africa's biggest and busiest ports, is one of many. What are your core business values that makes it separable from the others?
Yeah, as I said, we facilitate trade. We really integrate end-to-end logistics. So we pride ourselves in being able to provide one-stop solutions. So if you need cargo to be moved from point A to point B, we will give you the full suite of services, from clearing and forwarding, shipping, freight management, warehousing, back of port logistics, front of port, as well as terminal handling services. What really sets us apart is we want to be exceptional in everything that we do, and then we want to exceed customer expectations. The customer is always at the forefront of what we do, so we will always look for ways to actually tailor specific solutions for specific customers.
Can you tell us about where your bases are?
So we have a national footprint in South Africa. We have operations in the West Coast, in Saldanha, where we handle all sorts of commodities, from your mine commodities, iron ore, manganese. In Cape Town, we handle containers. We work very closely with Transnet. If you come back on the east coast of South Africa, we have an operation in East London, the Port of East London, where we have a diversified portfolio. We handle ships in terms of cars, bulk cargoes, grains, as well as containers. We are in the port of Kucha, the port of Port Elizabeth, where we also have a diverse portfolio, handling bulk minerals, handling cars, handling containers, and then also providing transportation. Our head office is based in KZN, specifically in Durban. Here we also have, again, a diversified portfolio of products and services. So we load and offload grains for imports and exports. We have back of port operations, so your typical warehousing operations, general warehousing, bulk warehousing, where we can containerize mine commodities for exports. We provide transportation, local haulage, as well as long haulage services. Then we are also in Richards Bay, where we do the loading of coal in specifically the Richards Bay coal terminal. Over and above that, as I've indicated, we provide a lot more value around the freight management, logistics management, as well as clearing and forwarding services.
You mentioned freight. Are you covering all aspects of freight, including railage, including road, including shipping, including air shipping?
So our company started initially as a stevedoring company. I know this is not a word that's commonly used in the industry, but it's basically the loading and offloading of ships in the ports. Over the last 5-6 years, we've diversified our company into a total logistics company where we now fully integrate our service offering, as I've said initially, end-to-end logistics that will encompass everything to do with the transportation, the freight management, the clearing and forwarding, the warehousing in back of port, and then also integrating it back into the stevedoring on the vessels. On the railage side, this is a product that we are busy developing, but we are predominantly on the road transport side. We do courier services, we do air freight, and then obviously, as I've indicated, there are other back of port solutions. Railage, obviously, or rail in general, has been a little bit of a challenge for us in South Africa. We know about some of the challenges that Transnet Freight Rail has had. But what has been exciting is the recent announcements of Transnet looking to actually invite private participation in that space. So it allows this opportunity now for other private players such as ourselves to actually consider coming into that space. So this is something that we may consider developing in the future.
And finally, Hans, AMII 2025, 1 year from now,
Yeah.
what are likely to be your goals, the term goals for SA Cargo, and where would you like to see it to be, and what do you have in line to be implemented?
Yeah. So first of all, as I said, we are quite excited to be part of the inaugural one.
Yeah.
I think it's quite important, especially in light of the Africa Free Trade, Continental Trade Agreement, right? It is important to realize the opportunities that are in the maritime economy.
Yeah.
If you look at the maritime economy and unpack the value in terms of how it's expansive, it's not just about the ocean. I spoke about us being an integrated end-to-end logistics company. When you talk about the maritime economy, you include the land side part of it as well. If you go into mine and ship a product, maritime starts at that mine where you have to do the logistics in the mine, you have to transport the cargo to the port, you have to do the clearing and forwarding, the shipping of it, and so on and so on. So if I look at Africa, and then I apply the same principle of integration, there's a whole lot more opportunities that are there for Africa. Right now, here we're talking about this industry or unlocking a $3 trillion maritime economy. So the opportunities are quite vast, and we are excited to be part of this as a facilitator and an integrator of logistics. Transport and logistics are basically the bloodline of ensuring that there's connectivity internationally and, most importantly, intra-regionally in Africa. And we believe as a company that we have a big role to play in that space. If you look at our vision, we talk about being an exceptional provider of cargo handling solutions in Africa and not just in South Africa. So that, just in that statement, in that vision, it means we are looking beyond our borders. And being at a setup like this, at an endeavor like this, speaks volumes to our intentions and our vision. So right now, we just have a stall. We are actually exhibiting here, and we're seeing ourselves being beyond the exhibition, participating, in the discussions, on stage, in the plenaries, contributing ideas going forward. So that's really the long and short of it.